Good morning, everyone. I was all set to go right on the dot at 9 o'clock, and I clicked the button, and everything shut down. But here we are back 2 minutes later. So let's start our day off as we usually do with our breathing X. Oh, by the way, it's really great to see you. Thank you for being here this morning. If you're out there, send me a message and let me know you're there. Send me a thumbs up, however that goes. And again, thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. I appreciate you very much. So let's begin with our breathing exercise. So we breathe in through the nose, hold, and then out through the mouth. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. In through the nose, feel the tension just drop away. Out through the mouth. Continue. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Come on back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, toes, feel yourself. Be present. Good morning, Jim. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, my topic for this morning is beyond imagination. So, let's think about, for a minute, let's think about Jules Verne and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So, Jules Verne, who was an author, he wrote a book back before submarine technology. He wrote a book called 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And from that book, we saw all of these visions from Jules Verne's imagination of what the undersea looked like and what went on under there, what storms looked like under there, what wildlife looked like under there. And so, a few decades after he published the book, lo and behold, submarines were in existence. And later on, they kept expanding and expanding, and all of a sudden, we saw that what Jules Verne had imagined in his mind was actually the case. And then let's look at science fiction writers that we know of. and how all the science fiction for the last 60 years has played out so that much of it today is real and true. I mean, really, the idea of going to Mars right now is a real possibility. In the sky above us right now is an international space station where people go and come, shuttled there and back, and it's getting more and more and more regular everyday travel as we move forward. So, what was once pure imagination is now reality, the life we're leading. Good morning, Shireen. It's good to see you. So how that works is I am eternal. You are eternal. Available to me, available to you is everything that's happening in the multiverse right now, today, in your consciousness. You can see that. It's there. It's simply a matter of releasing every possible belief system that exists within me that disallows me from being present to it. All is happening all at once. All dimensions, past, present, and future, are all manifest. Good morning, Mary Lee. Are all manifest and in front of us right here in the now. The wildest imaginations that you or I or someone you may know can come up with are so. I am in this body mortal. And I'm living in an immortal experience. That which empowers and animates this particular body is immortal. It has been in existence and will be in existence. It is. It is now. It is present. It is everywhere, all the time, already, anyway. I am everywhere. I am in the three-dimensional plane, and I am in every other plane of existence right now. There's only one time, right now. And we are living right now, everywhere. We are eternal. We are made in the image and likeness of God. And everything that's going on is going on in God. Everything that's going on is going on in me and you. And when we choose to embrace that, when we choose to allow that to be so, we can begin to experience our beingness in broader and more broad experiences. Many of us have experienced something known as deja vu. where we experience something as real and true to us in that moment that we have no recollection in this material mind of ever experiencing. But we know it for sure to the point of pursuing it as it showed up. Excuse me. The evidence of that which I'm speaking this morning is all around us all the time. Each of us frequently has an experiences a situation or a circumstance, or experiences a person or a place that we are so familiar with, it's like, oh, I've seen this before, I've been here before, I've known you from the past, I've known you before. Often, most often, as we're conditioned to do, we blow it off. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What happens if we go, wow, how great is it to see this place again? What happens if we go, wow, how cool is it that you and I, have met again? Just imagine, just imagine how broad it could be. Think about what happens when I, as an individual, give myself permission to license my imagination, to give it validity, to allow it to be so, to look across the course of history that we know and look at how many times one person's imagination has manifested itself in three-dimensional reality in the days and weeks beyond that single imagination. It is all happening right now. In this three-dimensional plane, we have this illusion known as time. In this three-dimensional plane, we live with the illusion of that time on a horizontal plane that lays out in front of us from to. As it is, it's all going on right now. Time exists in the three-dimensional plane for the benefit of those that created it, which is us. We created time, and we refer to time as a way to describe our imagination manifesting in front of us. Realize the power that I am. And I am is you. I am is that essence that gives us this animation. It is that very experience. See you later, honey.
Bye.
Debbie's off to work, everybody. It is that experience. It is what's so. And the more I acknowledge it as so, the more real tangible in this three-dimensional plane it becomes. When we realize that right here, right now, all of us are interacting through consciousness that is given availability to manifest as tangible in this three-dimensional plane. We are all operating on every plane of existence in the whole multiverse, everywhere, right now. Right now. If we listen to and study the expansion of quantum understanding and quantum reality, if we listen to and intend to understand what's being presented to us in that arena, we become more and more and more conscious of our total experience. My beloved friends, my beloved self, our ability to be is the paramount experience of this three-dimensional plane. We have hope, we have faith, we have belief, we experience knowing, and then we experience being. I am. I am. I am. The most empowering experience I can choose to give myself is I am the presence of God wherever I am, and all is well. And the more often I say that to myself, aloud or in a loop in my head, the more often that is expressed into this three-dimensional plane, the more real it becomes. And the same is so for you. All of us who have lived over the last years, the last half of the 20th century and the first 20 years of the 21st century, we have all lived through the expressions of be here now. We have all lived through positive reinforcement in thinking. We have all been aware of the impact of people like Catherine Ponder, people like Werner Erhard, people like Sebastian Bach, people like Jonathan Livingston Seagull. We have experienced over and over and over being suggested to that we create this reality entirely. And what we see and what we experience is that which we create. And it is so. We are all living right here, right now, everybody that's on here with me right now, and everybody that's everywhere else right now, we are here on this three-dimensional plane right now, and and we're all together, and we're all holding hands, and we're all having an individual experience. The experience I am experiencing and the experience that I am experiencing with you through you are the same experience, yet look differently in this three-dimensional plane. Right now in DC, Washington, DC, the capital of the United States of America, there are hundreds of thousands of people gathered for a rally. And they are experiencing that experience. We are here doing what we're doing, experiencing what we are experiencing. And at the same time, we are part of all of it, and we are in DC having this experience. And then there are other people driving on the freeway. And each of you can, in your imagination, see yourself driving on the freeway. And lo and behold, whether one accepts it or not, in that moment, I am driving on the freeway. You've all experienced it, and I've experienced it where I wake up from a dream and I think it's real. And it takes a few seconds, a breath or two, to come back to the reality of the three-dimensional plane. We, each of us, have multiple experiences that what I am saying today is so. As soon as we let down our guard against it, as soon as we embrace it as so, as compared to it as foolishness, it becomes tangible. And the reality is, in this three-dimensional plane, that ability, that understanding in this three-dimensional plane translates into power. The power to create, creative force. And we are that. So the experience of what is so is beyond imagination. We know from experiencing the imaginations of generations before us that have manifest so that now broader imaginations manifest. We know it's true that this three-dimensional plane that we are in is beyond our imagination. I embrace you as the presence of God wherever you are. I embrace you as the light of the world wherever you are. I embrace you as the wildest imaginations that you can manifest. And I acknowledge you as the presence of God. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.